Hello everyone and welcome back to Wayrest. Today I'm going to be showing you the time-lapse and show around of this video. Thank you for joining me. Storm's Ghost here, as always. So let's hop into the time-lapse, enjoy the music, and I'll see you back for the show around. And hope you enjoyed the time-lapse of building these buildings. In the last episode we built this lighthouse, and today we focused on this. The idea of Wayrest is that there's a dwarven settlement that has been abandoned long ago, and Wayrest is the mountains that was Mountain Island that is in between two continents. The first continent is where the Empire came from, and the continent now that you see on this world for Minecraft is the one that the Empire is trying to invade. So Wayrest is the small island that's like in between the two continents. It's a stepping stone. So they found this island and they decided to build a base so then they can launch an invasion to this new continent. And So there's going to be mixtures of different architectures between the buildings. As you can see, these are newer buildings, but you're also going to see some smaller dwarven buildings, as well as like a dwarven settlement inside the mountain that's used too. So that's pretty much my idea for the city so far. The docks are actually going to come out this way and maybe wrap halfway around the lighthouse island that's on, the little tiny island. But let's go see what I've done today. So this first building is a lawyer's office. The villagers or the townsmen would come in here and get any legal advice that they need. And as you can see, I have two furniture pieces that are not part of the Conquest Reforged Mod pack. What I've done is, thanks to a subscriber named Helder, I've built a new furniture using chisels and bits. I took the dark plank, and basically chiseled it down to look like a table and a chair for someone to sit in. And I can show you dark wood plank. Yeah, that's the name of it here. And you can literally take a chisel and remove pieces from it and add different blocks to it too. I use the spruce block with it, use the little chisel piece. So to do something like this, you take your chisel here. If you want to do an individual, which this is set on, you can do that. Which this one block is now turned into its own chunk, so it's like 16 by 16 squared, or whatever it is. So by pressing the Alt button, you can change like the different size of this thing that you're removing. So if I wanted to remove a line, I could do it like that. If I decided I made a mistake, I can undo a thing. And if I wanted to add in some decorations like you see here, like this is all one block, I could take the spruce plank and add it in, and that just adds in more detail. So what I'm really saying is already I'm a slow enough builder to begin with, and then adding in chisels and bits, which is an awesome mod, makes me an even slower builder. So I am trying to crank out videos as much as I can. Unfortunately, because I work in the healthcare field and with COVID going on, I've been extremely busy at work. So I'm doing videos as fast as I can. Minecraft is very relaxing for me, so I'm going to do my best to get them out at a faster pace. And plus, sometimes I'm just not as motivated. I've been playing other games like Block Galactic, which is a mining survival game where you survive against hordes of aliens and stuff while mining and getting resources. But that's a different game. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to record videos of that. But back to Minecraft. Yeah, so this is the lawyer's office. A nice fireplace and chair to sit down with. So coming out, we'll go into the next building. I don't know how many of you played Morrowind 3, the Elder Scrolls series. If you have, I got the idea from them. When you first come off the boat in the game, of course at the beginning of every Elder Scrolls game you're a prisoner, but in Morrowind you're on a prison ship. So you're released from the ship to like an office, an excise office. I don't know why it's called that, or they released you there, maybe that's the only place, but basically the import and excise office was basically there to control like what comes in from the docks and making sure they're grabbing a tax on whatever is coming in and for ships staying in the area. Then they can also keep record of whoever's coming off their boats and stuff. So pretty much I took that idea and put it in here. So this is what we're looking at now, the excise office for Wayrest. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to work on signage and stuff, so don't mind that. So this here, I got an idea to do this. Stone, I think it's called stone cobble. Yep. So if you just use the Conquest Reforged mod, you get a stone cobblestone like this, which can easily turn into pretty good looking corner pieces, which looks great. I like those. But with chisels and bits, which I really like, I can do something similar. Like I added the stone brick pieces to these blocks, plastered stone and cobblestone, to get kind of the same effect. I think it looks pretty good, and it goes all the way up to the top, giving it more decoration than what you would normally have, especially when you don't have that stone brick decoration for every block that you would use for buildings and stuff. Another thing that when doing chisel and bits, I created another stone stair block. I just took another one and just used that as the outline and removed some of the blocks from this, creating a stair block for the diorite block. That way it had more variation to it. So that's pretty much just adding in more detail and variation. As well as on these small windows, I've added, what is this, polished diorite, I believe? Yeah, polished diorite. I added little pieces of polished diorite to every side window to give it more decoration. So, we're going to go into the excise office, and I also have a mod here called Custom NPCs. Try not to let the eyes bother you, it's the shaders. I tried other ones and it gives the same thing, the shaders mess up the eyes, but it gives you different NPCs and they can have different roles. You can turn some into shopkeepers. As you see here, there are guards, which if like mobs, like creepers or anything came in, they could attack them, or any hostile players start attacking another player, they could attack whoever struck first. Kind of like what you'd see in like video games like Skyrim and stuff, where if you attack someone, the guards come right after you. Same thing here. You can even program them to react however you want. There's like endless opportunities with these characters here, but I just put them in to show you what they look like. So we have a pretty small office area. The guy here would have his record keeping here, and then collect the money, hand it off to the guard, and the guard would come over to this small attached building, and there is a vault. And they would put the money in the chest until the transport ship from the main company, wherever the main location is, would come in and pick it up. Or in this case, the Empire basically would send a transport ship and come and pick up their taxes from this area. So this is how they would gain taxes and resources from merchants and whoever's coming into the city. And this is another example of how you can do chisel and bits too. You can create interesting shelves, ornate shelves and stuff. And the good thing about this is you don't even have to like create more than one. Once you create them, you just can use the pickup block and then take it and place it down anywhere else you'd like. So once you made one, you made them all. So literally you can place down how many you would like and break them. As long as if you don't break like them all, then you'd have to recreate them. But what I'm also doing with this is if you have World Edit, you could create a schematic. So if you were to go on to a different project and you wanted to use some of the same assets and stuff, there you go, you already have a schematic for it. As long as if you have the mod Chisel and Bits. And it isn't really resource draining either with Minecraft, which makes it awesome. So we're going to go up here and look at the living quarters for the tax collector. A little, basically a small area to live in. Not really too much. Just pretty much in the attic of the building. I'm using the Darwin, I believe it's Darwin overlay. It's for the Darwin server, and they provided an overlay to use. It adds in more paintings, more things such as an invisible item frame. So where you see that loot, it is a music disc in the mod or texture pack to look like a loot. So before, when you put down an item frame, you'd have the frame around it and then that in it. So now there's the invisible item frame, but the downside of that is that the Conquest Reforged item frame looked like a sign, which was perfect to make signage and stuff. But that's the only bummer, that we don't have that, but at least it makes it look like something's actually hanging on the wall. Then, what I did here was I took the log block and I just chiseled away at it to make it look like it is a pile of logs, like that has had some taken off and feeding the fire. Back in one of the original releases of this mod, Conquest Reforged, they did have a slanting log block thing to make it look like the exact same thing, but unfortunately, I think because of block states, they took that away. But using Chisel and Bits allowed me to bring a version of that back. I'll show you exactly what this looks like. We'll just run down here. So it's pretty much just taking the block here and chiseling away at it. I don't know why it came messed up like that. Let me try it again. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's how it's supposed to look. See, there must have been texture error, but yeah, it makes it look like that these blocks are more round and believable, or just follow the outline of them, just to give it more detail as well. So this is one of the overlay paintings too that I was talking about, and these, instead of having to use like this stringing up each individual one, which takes up a lot more blocks, but it gives you more room to be able to put more things around, more decorations around. So this is the living area for the tax collector. And that's pretty much all that I have done for this video. I do hope that you enjoyed. Leave a comment on any ideas or any professions you would like to see in the next video for me to build, such as I said, a lawyer and tax collector. There's many more medieval professions. I don't know them all. I mean, I could use Google and look up some, but if you know any and have any ideas, such as a cobbler for shoes or whatever you'd like to see me build for Wayrest, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you liked the video, or if you had any like ideas, tips and tricks that I could use, especially with using Chisel and Bits. That's what's taking so long. I'm not only a slow builder to begin with, slows me down even using Chisel and Bits even more. But the good thing out of that is that there's more details in my build. So leave a comment, leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification bell so when the next video comes out you know. And until the next video, bye bye.